the others take me? Who is it? Him again?
Mother have mercy, Gunser, you are terrible. Is it too much for you to remember your courtesies once in a while?
Piss on courtesies. I like to know who you're bringing round before I offer them bread and water. I don't run a whorehouse.
I have come because I was told a young lady needed my help. This is far from the welcome I was expecting.
Calm yourselves, you two. I told you of him. He's my master, Sir Alistair Sarwick. I told you he'd help.
You see, Brute? Now get out of my sight. I need to speak to this fine man, and I don't want you cursing behind my back.
Aye, all right then. Forgive me, my lord. I don't mean to be rude or nothing. I'm just doing what I can to be master of my own home, you see. I'll leave you alone.
Please forgive Gunser, my lord. He's forgotten his courtesies. I am Bethany. It's a pleasant surprise to see someone as fine as you come down here. Ub speaks highly of your kindness, but I didn't think to see you.
There is little harm in coming to hear your story, young lady. Tell me, how can I help you?
I need you to take a message to Sir Giles of House Langwood. Mother of mercy, this is so embarrassing. I am with his child, but he doesn't even know. He hasn't come to see me for weeks. I've already made several attempts to send word to him, all in vain, I fear. House Langwood has a high opinion of itself, you know. They don't approve of a common girl like me appearing at their gates. They sent me away.
Have you considered the possibility that Sir Giles has no intention of seeing you again? It would not be the first time that a knight abandons one of his conquests the very next day.
No, it can't be. It's not like that. Sir Giles was so sweet and came here so often. He loves me, I'm sure of it. Help me, my lord, I beg of you. If you've ever known what it is to love, don't let my child be born without a father.
I'm sure you won't object if I ask you some questions.
Anything you want, my lord, if it will help.
Tell me more about your valiant knight. What do you really know of him?
Of his life, you mean? Very little. He's the last-born son of House Langwood. A humble but old family. He lives in a manse here in King's Landing. But I know what matters. He may seem cocksure and heartless, but inside, he's very sensitive. He wants to be sure of doing the right thing, but he relies too much on the counsel of others to tell him right from wrong. And he loves me, even if he dares not admit it. After all, growing fond of a girl in my condition would disgrace him. His friends never cease telling him this.
It seems you have complete confidence in Sir Giles. Why do you think he has abandoned you like this?
Because of his family, of course. They've never looked kindly on our coupling. Just think, a peasant girl. They must have put pressure on him, or schemed to keep him away from me. Giles did tell me of some matters to attend to, a journey he had to make. But he ought to have come back by now. Help me, I beg of you. Not knowing what has happened is turning me mad.
Who is the lout who was scolding you just now? What is his part in all this?
You mean my cousin, Gunser? He might seem rough, but he's not a bad man. He agreed to take me in until the matter is solved, which means a lot to me. That's why I put up with his black humour. Please ignore him. He's not worth the trouble.
Has he taken you in? Where do you normally live?
At my aunt's, as it were. A shrew who thinks she's a lady. She's not one to have her belief soiled. She didn't look kindly on Sir Giles' visits and never let me forget it. When he stopped coming and it came out that I was with child, we quarrelled. She said some things that I can't forgive. She went and forced me out of her home. I paid visits to the Langwoods, but I was turned away without the chance to see Sir Giles. I had nowhere to go. Gunser finally agreed to let me in. He didn't have to, for I know it's a burden on him. The sooner I see Sir Giles, the better for everyone.
I will try and help you. I will go and find him, and we'll see how he looks on your situation.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, my lord. Hand him this letter. It will bring him here.
Don't get your hopes up, young lady. I said I would speak to him, not that I will make him change his mind. In the end, it is his decision.
I just need to see him and speak to him. Everything will turn out right after that. Tell him I'm waiting here. I'm sure he will come.
I hope so for your sake, Bethany. Good day to you. Is this the manse of the family Langwood?
Yes? Who's asking?
I am Sir Alistair of House Sarwick. I need to speak with Sir Giles. Is he in?
Yes, Sir Giles? Yes, he's here. Do you want me to go find him?
What do you think?
Well, yes. Forgive me, my lord. I am on my way.
Well, where is he? Ah, Sir Alistair. I don't believe I've had the pleasure, even of knowing you by name. Please tell me, what brings you to my door?
I have come on behalf of a young lady known to you. Bethany entrusted me with a message for you.
Beth? God be good. Thank you for informing me, Half-Pint. I will take care of it from here. Now go stare at something in the kitchens.
In the kitchens? Yes, sir.
Are you afraid of what might be heard, Sir Giles?
You could say that. I'm to be married soon, you see. I doubt that the name of Beth would go down too well if spoken too loud. It's a sorry business. I liked the girl, truly I did. I had some of my best times with her. Unfortunately, the family of my betrothed might be rather sensitive about the matter. I'm sure you understand.
Yes, completely.
What? Oh, what did she want?
She asked me to give you this, and to tell you that she hopes to see you. She is expecting your child, Sir Giles. She needs you.
My what? A bastard? With Beth? Gods, that is, unexpected. Why did this have to happen now? I mean, I've had my fair share of scandal, but this... What am I to do? Do you think this will put my marriage at risk? I've done nothing wrong, have I? A man is entitled to have a good time when he's young, isn't he?
It is one thing to have a good time and another to cause others to suffer. The poor girl loves you. The girl is but an innocent and trusted you. You took advantage of her. She is now in need because of you. Only a coward would abandon her like this.
Did I hear you say innocent? Are you sure we speak of the same Beth?
What do you mean?
Is this some sort of joke? Beth is a whore, Shatire's most beautiful girl. I was her best client, at least before I, became betrothed. I'm sure you understand.
That is not how she described things to me.
Maybe she was ashamed. Or perhaps she thought that you would turn her away if she told you. In truth, I thought all I need to do was stop going there, and each would then carry on with their own lives. I would never have imagined she would leave the brothel for me. That changes everything, doesn't it?
She lied to my face about her position, and she would not have done so without good reason. It would be ill-advised to do anything until we are certain of her intentions. Shatire is a friend of mine. If Bethany was one of her girls, she might be able to tell me more about her.
I defer to your judgment, my lord. Given my situation here, I would prefer not to return to the establishment myself. I shall wait for you here.
That might be wise.
Sir Alistair, it's a pleasure to see you again so soon. I hope that you will stay with us a bit longer this time.
It would be a great pleasure, dear lady. But again, I have only come to satisfy my curiosity. I would like you to tell me about Bethany.
Beth? That girl was a bad seed. She's no longer here, Alistair. What has become of her since she left is of no concern to this house.
This is the first time you speak so bitterly of one of your girls, my dear lady. What did she do to so displease you?
There are rules in our house, for our visitors as well as our girls. Beth paid them no heed. She was ambitious, arrogant, dishonest. She enjoyed deceiving her lovers, letting them get behind in the payments. She'd say it was to entice them to come and see her more often. I thought perhaps she skimmed some of the money, but I'll never know. I told her to put an end to her scheming, and she left.
Are you saying that you threw her out?
I do not throw my girls out, Alistair. I put too much time and effort into them to just put them out on the street at the slightest error. In Westeros, whores are miserable wretches who choose this profession out of despair. I try to give my girls a little self-confidence, but they remember the life that awaits them outside. It usually is enough to get them to accept my house's discipline, but Beth was too arrogant for that. I didn't expect her to run away like this.
Is it possible that she ran away out of love? Beth told me about Sir Giles Langwood and told me she was trying to contact him. He seemed to care about what happened to her.
How very considerate of Sir Giles, especially considering the fact that he departed in such a cavalier manner.
I beg your pardon?
Sir Giles was Beth's favorite beau. He came to see her constantly. I thought he was particularly generous and wealthy. Apparently, he was just irresponsible. When I presented him with the bill and requested that he pay up, he paled and asked for more time. From that day on, no news of him. Poor Beth was completely forgotten. Now that that little thief is no longer under my roof, he's worried about her again. That is rather charitable of him, and I must say, quite convenient.
She claims to be carrying his child.
Is that so? Well, she will be sadly disillusioned. A man who spills a seed in a whorehouse does not like to be confronted with the fruit. Is the child really Giles's? There's so many potential fathers. How's she planning to convince a noble to take responsibility for it? Beth is too astute a girl to have been taken in like this. I'm surprised. I don't know what to say. Would you like to look at her room? Perhaps she left something that could shed some light on the matter.
That's a good idea. I will return in a moment, dear lady.
Oh, intriguing. Do you think we can...
Of course, if he wants it. But someone has to do it with him.